Reverend Dr. Matthew Hill, and I'm currently the priest in charge here at St. Peter's, and here we are in St. Peter's, Carmarthen. Today we're commemorating Bosworth Day. We have the tomb of Rhys ap Thomas, who is believed to be the knight who did in Richard III, or at least his troops did. And as a way of celebrating our heritage, making connections to the wider community, we're using the Bosworth connection to try and use that as a platform really to engage with our heritage and with the wider Carmarthen community.
I'm Julie Rees and I'm the Secretary of the Friends of St Peter's Church. We have the 4th annual Bosworth Day Festival. In 2013 the church faced closure. So the then vicar, the Reverend Lee Richardson, said in one last attempt to keep the church doors open, we need to do something. So his idea was to form the Friends of St Peter's. So we've got a small group together, and together we sort of put on events like Bosworth Day. We have an annual Christmas fair. We have various concerts, history talks throughout the year, all raising publicity and promoting this iconic church.
I've only been based in this church now for about 5 months, so today is the first time I've experienced Bosworth Day, but my first impressions are that it's tremendous, that we've got people, even though the weather is not as we would like it to be, it's a dreadful day outside, we've got a good flow of people coming in and out of the building, and there's been opportunities to meet all sorts of people who wouldn't otherwise have had an opportunity to meet and to have all sorts of conversations I wouldn't have otherwise been able to have. So that's all good as far as I'm concerned.
My name's Simon Ratty. I'm Heritage Coordinator for the Friends of St Peter's Church in Carmarthen. Today we've got Bosworth Day on as our 4th event. It commemorates the actions of Sir Rhys ap Thomas, who killed Richard III at the Battle of Bosworth in 1485, ushered in the Tudor era.
Well, this year we have had the support from Carmarthenshire County Council from their events support scheme. So we're really proud to sort of have Carmarthenshire County Council on board and have their support. We've also got local town councillors and community council. The support that we've had from the local community has been fantastic. So we're proud to sort of welcome everybody here today. Yes, we've got the Freeman of Gwent, which you can sort of get up and talk close to at night. We've got the Birds of Prey outside. We've also had a history talk by Councillor Alan Lenny, and at 1 o'clock this afternoon we've got Dr. Susan Fern, who's come in to talk about her book, The Man Who Killed Richard III. And we've also got a bell ringing display in the tower with tours of the tower if you've got a good head for heights.
Now, Welsh bards were renowned and perhaps vaguely reliable battlefield reporters. I say vaguely reliable because even today's war reports come from a certain angle, a certain viewpoint. The earliest surviving Welsh poem is a Gododdin attributed to a poet called Aneirin around the year 600 AD, long time ago. It's a vivid account of an attack by 300 elite mounted warriors from their base at Dyn, Edinburgh, on a much bigger army of Angles at a place called Catraeth, probably Catterick in what is now North Yorkshire.
I'm Alan Lenny, a local historian in this context, and it was a pleasure to come here to St Peter's today on Bosworth Day to speak about the battle itself and about the role played by poets in the Wars of the Roses. They were the spin doctors and the propagandists of their day. They went around the various courts and castles praising the local noblemen and then spreading their propaganda as well about whatever king they happened to support. Now in Wales, of course, there was an extra dimension, if you like, because the poets expected the son of prophecy, Mab Darogan, to come back to rid Britain, not just Wales, to rid Britain of these pesky Saxons, the Saeson. and consequently they'd back whoever happened to be winning at that time. The wars went on, of course, for many, many years. Sometimes the poets would support the House of Lancaster, sometimes the Yorkists. The connections with Carmarthen are very, very close, really. Edmund Tudor, Henry VII's father, actually died here at Carmarthen Castle of the plague. He'd been taken prisoner by William Herbert of Raglan Castle. Now, Edmund was at the castle here with his wife, Margaret Beaufort. She was just 13 and 7 months pregnant, and she fled to Pembroke Castle, where Henry Tudor, Henry VII eventually, after the Battle of Bosworth, was born. So it is a very violent, backstabbing era.
So my understanding is that St. Peter's is the oldest building that survives in Carmarthen, that's still standing. Historically significant things have taken place here. We've got the consistory court just off to my right here. Bishop Farrer was sentenced to death in that court. So we're in a building which has really been part of Carmarthen and Carmarthenshire life for centuries.
St. Peter's Church, of course, has been here for many, many hundreds of years, and the centrepiece is the tomb of Sir Rhys ap Thomas, historically speaking. Now, Rhys is the man reputed to have killed Richard III at the Battle of Bosworth, to have killed the King of England in battle, and as Gutor Glyn, the warrior poet, said, he lladd y baedd, eillio I ben, killed the boar, cleaved his head. So quite a violent description of what had happened. And of course, it was a violent event. Now, it's important for us, I think, with all the attention given to the finding of Richard III's skeleton under a car park in Leicester, that we should then make more of the tomb of Rhys ap Thomas, who, it is alleged, killed Richard. Primarily a house of God, of course, but it could also be a magnificent tourist attraction here in Carmarthen, where we have so many historical artifacts around us. And I hope that there are plans to develop the church. I hope that those do materialise, and that this will become an attraction for us in Wales, and indeed throughout the UK and internationally.
Well, next month, September, we're really proud to invite back the Band of the Welsh Guards. We've got a really good working relationship with the Band of the Welsh Guards. The patron of the Friends is Major General Talbot Rice, who is a direct descendant of Sir Rhys ap Thomas. So with the links that we have with the Major, he's been able to sort of secure this relationship, and it's the third time that they're coming back to support us. So we're really looking forward. It's one of the biggest events that the Friends organise. They'll be playing exactly where we're standing here talking. They'll be playing here, and they've got the freedom of Carmarthen town during the day. So they'll be doing a march throughout the town in the day, and then performing here in the evening. So we're really looking forward to it.
This place means a lot to me because my family's been connected for over 200 years. My father's attended here since he was a child, so 60 odd years. So it was a beating heart of Carmarthen, really.